Good morning. This is Tammy with Tammy's Crafty Life. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you like what you see and you'll come back again. And if you're returning, thank you for coming back. I really appreciate all of those that come back. Today is a cross stitch video, sort of. I have my friend Tina on with me again, and Tina has a new endeavor that she's doing, and we're going to talk about that before we get into cross stitch.
Hey.
Tina has started her own channel. So I'm going to let you tell us about your channel, Tina, what it's all about and the whys and whens and stuff.
Okay, well, thanks for having me on, Tammy, to share my exciting news. Okay, so the name of my YouTube channel is You Made That with an exclamation point. And if you go there on YouTube, you're going to see Miss Tammy on my channel. So she's showing some whips. And she also has a giveaway, so check that out. But yeah, so I just wanted to showcase people who make things, anything from drawing, painting, photography, cross stitch, of course, sewing, knitting, crochet, anything. So I just want to showcase them and kind of drive some traffic toward them and their endeavors. And also I threw in a shopping video, and I'll probably do some tutorials too. So it's been kind of fun, and Tammy's been very encouraging and very gracious to let me hop on here too. So you might see a lot of the both of us in channel videos together. So did I answer the question?
How often are you going to post new videos?
Well, I've got a lot of ideas. So my goal is 2 a week.
And how
So,
are you finding these people?
some are family, some are friends, some are just acquaintances that I've reached out to who I know do some crafty, artsy things. And so it's like, hey, do you want to be on my show? So, yeah, if anyone's interested, drop a comment and say, hey, I do this or that, and I'll check it out and I'll let you know, or email Tammy. She's got her email in the description below. But yeah, come check out You Made That and see what you think.
Great. I will put a link to Tina's channel below. She has five videos up already, and they were fun to watch. I haven't seen one of them yet, but I did watch the other four. It's only so many hours in a day. I haven't watched the praying mantis one yet. It sounds interesting though, so that'll be on my list for today.
Thanks.
So today's video, the rest of it will be about cross stitch. I have some fully finished items to share and a few whips, and Tina has at least one finish and some whips to share with us. So I will start by showing my fully finished items. The first two, you've seen them as finishes, I think, but not fully finished. So this is by Shannon Christine. It's called 2021 Christmas Club 4, and it says Be Joyful, but the B is hard to see because it's white and it didn't work well in this fabric, but I like that I can just see the joyful part. This particular ornament I used in a video showing how to add beads because it's got beads on it. And this is finished on a wooden backer by Chantel's 141 Design Company. I painted it pink and added some white rickrack behind it when I finished it. That's the first one. The second one is a cute little fox by Waxing Moon Designs. And I think he's just adorable. And this one also is on a backer by 141 Design Company. This comes in 2 pieces. Chantel calls it a tobacco basket. She has a tutorial on how to paint this. It's kind of antiqued with distress inks after it's painted. And then I got these cute little beads off of Amazon. It's a Christmas pack, so there's green and red and white. And I have this this red fabric was from some kind of a stack that I got from Fat Quarter Shop, and then I copied Chantel and what I did on the bottom here, but I added a button. I was going to do a covered button, but I have a package of them I can't find. I have a mysterious hole in my craft room where things go to hide and I can't find the covered buttons, but I thought this button was fun. So that's my little fox. Waxing Moon Designs. It is Christmas Littles, I think is what they were called.
Or Winter Littles?
No,
Or is that a different one?
they're Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's Christmas Littles. This pattern is by Luminous Fiber Arts. It was a free pattern in 2021. It is stitched on 32 count lavender Lugana, and the fiber I used is silk that's dyed by Bestitch Me, and it's called Evil Queen. There's also a fabric that I have that's called Evil Queen that looks just like this, and I haven't figured out what I'm going to stitch on it yet. I got this gold cording at Hobby Lobby, and then this ribbon is from Stampin' Up! From I don't know how many years ago. Another ornament backer from Chantel's 141 Design Company. I painted it purple. You can't see very much of the purple, and I was going to put fabric with it too, but there just wasn't enough room. So I like the gold cord. This gold cord is a bear to work with because when you cut the end, it goes. So trying to keep it all stiff, I put a lot of liquid glue on the ends to make it stay stiff. And then the last one, I took a class a few weeks ago at my local needle workshop in Portland, Oregon, and Art in Hand, Cecilia Turner, gave us the class, and she designed this little pattern for us. It's called Thankful Town, and it's like tiny towns, only there's only 3 houses. I finished it on this little box that I got from Hobby Lobby. The box is unfinished. It's from their unfinished wood section, and I put fabric on the inside. And then I have that same gold cord on here, and the way I covered up the end of the gold cord was with this wooden button that also came from Hobby Lobby. And this is a 32 count linen. She provided us with the whole kit. This little button right here came from France. She works with somebody in France to get buttons for some of her projects. So those were my fully finished items. I spent last weekend doing mostly that. It took way longer than I planned for it to take. So 3-day weekend, and most of it, well, 1 day I spent with my sister. So 2 whole days working on those. And I'm glad that they're all done. Tina, you have a finish to show us?
Yes, but before that, I have a question. Okay, so the joy ornament, you said the floss was from Bestitch Me, Evil Queen. Would
Yes.
you say that Bestitch Me has more variegation in their floss than maybe some other companies? Because that looks very variegated. I love that.
Yes, I think she has a floss club and I'm not in it, and her floss is silk, which is a joy to stitch with.
Oh.
But I've gotten several skeins of it from different ways, and they are usually pretty heavily variegated. And this one, I really like how much variegation shows. A lot of times it doesn't, and I did stitch it the way with 2 strands of floss, but I didn't use the loop method. I made sure that the 2 strands both had the same variegation in them, and then when you stitch, that's how you get the nice variegation. If I had used 1 strand and folded it in half with the loop method to use 2 strands, there would be a little bit of modeling in the color, but nothing like this. So,
And then do you buy from her online? Is that how you got it, do you think?
how did I get this one? She does mystery boxes throughout the year, and I've bought 2 of those, but neither one of them had purple in it.
I'm just thinking I want some of that.
I know. I'm thinking she just opened a store. She's the one that the store is wherever Christina lives. Don't remember where
Yeah.
she lives, but
In the Quad Cities, Iowa,
yeah.
Illinois.
So she has a fabric club and a floss club. And on her website you can buy fabric and you can buy floss. So I might have bought it that way. I can't remember. I've had it for a long time. I will link her store down, or her website down below, and I might look and see if it's there. Her skeins are like 10 yards maybe. There's a lot of floss on there. So I have a good amount left that I could do something else. Not sure what I'll do with it, but
Oh, cool.
yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, so I don't have an FFO, fully finished object, but I have a finished object, and I'm just realizing that I don't remember who did this pattern. But I did modify him a little. He comes a lot bigger. I'm sorry.
It's so cute.
He's cute, but he comes with part of a big pattern, and I'm trying to remember if it's owl stitching
There's
or
that shop called Owl Stitchery or something like that on Etsy. It has some really
oh,
cute patterns.
I'm sorry. I'm just like, oh, I don't remember who did it. Or was it Crochet a Go-Go? I
Oh,
don't know how to
yeah,
say
she
her
has some
name.
cute ones too.
So they're all good. Check them out. But I just pulled this bird out of a bigger pattern and want to make a little pillow. So he will have this as a backing. So that will happen soon. Just hasn't happened yet. But
Yeah, you like your little pillows.
I like little pillows, and I like little, and I like cute, and I like birds.
I like little and cute too. I haven't done a little pillow yet. I've done other pillows in the past, but not a tiny one. So I still have the free hedgehog from Shannon Christine that I want to stitch like and do it maybe like you did on a little pillow. Although I'm going to do some other littles. And you've seen this, Tina, but this little rocking chair came from Hobby Lobby from the ornament shop, Christmas ornaments. And I have several small patterns. I'm going to make little pillows to put in here. And I need to get working on those. But this is so well made. And it was, well, Christmas stuff was half price, which I think it always is. The ornament was $6.99, so I paid $3.50 for it.
Did you only buy one?
I did. Are you telling me I need
Oh,
more?
how did you only buy one?
Well, I'm trying to be better because in the past I would have bought like 6 of them, So I'm trying to be better about that stuff. So I only bought one. It's funny, lately when I go to Hobby Lobby, I don't get a basket because I think usually I'm just going for some floss. I can hold the floss in my hand. And in theory, if I don't get a basket, I won't buy too much. So by the time I get to the checkout, I'm like trying not to drop things and stuff everywhere. So, and these have,
Nice try.
yeah, with the name tag or the price tag on this, I was able to not drop it because, you can just put it on your finger. And I can't remember what else I bought on that trip, but it was a bunch of stuff. It was fun because the Christmas was half price and I think fall was even deeper than that. So
Yeah, maybe 75.
yeah, it was a
Yeah.
few weeks ago when I got that, but so yeah, I have some little patterns and that's a good point, Tina, about pulling something out of a bigger pattern. Like you might see a pattern that you only like a part of it. You don't have to stitch the whole thing. You can just stitch a little part. And it's making me look at all of my patterns different.
Right.
There is a Teresa Kogut has a new Halloween book out that on the cover is a sampler. It's a big sampler and it's got all these different elements on it. And I would never stitch it all together, but I see parts that I could pull out to do some fun Halloween things. So it's a good idea
Yeah.
to just pull out a piece. Um, let's see. I have a couple of new starts. This one is funny. So I was gonna work on my flamingo that I need to have done for my sister. And I was working on it the other day and thinking this is going too slow. I can't get it done in time. And then this popped up in my feed somewhere. Oh, wait, this isn't the one that's for her. No.
Oh, but that's an awesome one. I have
I
it
know.
too.
Isn't it beautiful? This one popped up in my feed. My
Oh,
sister loves gnomes and she loves pink. And it was kind of funny wherever I saw it, I thought it was red and white,
yeah.
but it is pink and brown. There's no red in it.
Oh,
So her favorite color is pink. So I thought I could finish that in time for we're getting together on the 17th. So it's only like a month away. So I started this yesterday.
nice.
This is 14 count Hazelwood by Fiber on a Whim. I got it from Fat Quarter Shop. and I thought it was perfect to go with the pink and brown and white so that the white will show up nicely. I wanted to do this hat first and give me an idea of if I really could finish it in the time frame that I have, because this gnome is the biggest part. So if I can get him done, the rest will go easy.
What pink are you using? Because the word gnome looks variegated.
It is, well, Shannon Christine, she does a really good job at variegating. So there's 3 pinks.
Oh.
And I don't have them all together because I wanted to start this yesterday. I didn't have any of the colors on their own. So each one is in another kit, another project, a whip. And so I have the project bags laying around, and I have written on my pattern next to each color which pattern it's in. So when I get to that one, I go pull out a strand of that color. So they're rosy colors, and their names, well, one of them's called Ruby Red, but it's the dark pink. And then medium rose, sandy rose, and dark rose. And espresso brown and white. So that's all the colors. And that's going to be cute. And then this one, because I'm in Shannon Christine's, what does she call that?
Subscription group?
Subscription group. This was a free pattern for November, and it was either this and the exact same pattern recolored red and white for Christmas, and it's called Christmas Snow Fun. This is Winter Snow Fun. And I thought about changing the colors to purple, but I also like blue. So I did start this one, and it is on 32 count Lugana. This is it's called Coconut Shell, and this is by Bestitch Me, and it's from my fabric of the month.
So you're doing the whole pattern?
Yes.
Okay.
And I might probably not this year, but next year maybe I will pull out pieces like this part. This little scene would be really cute by itself. And each of the snowmen, or even the cup, the mug. I guess it's a snowman and a snow woman, but I don't expect to finish this one this winter. Well, it is winter. Winter goes till February, but so I might, but I want to finish the gnome. And then Primrose Cottage Stitches is doing a stitch along with Mom, and they chose Christmas Barn, which is one of Lindsay's patterns. And I already had the pattern. I wasn't going to do any more stitch alongs because I have so much stuff to do, but I already had the pattern.
Nice. And
the stitch along started yesterday, but I already had this much done.
Wow.
I started it. Here's a funny story why I started this when I did. I had 13 new starts for October. I don't like the number 13. So on October 31st, I started this. The barn done, and then I'm starting over this way to do the tree, and there's a snowman over there. And this is a Weeks Works red.
Oh, is that Turkish red?
Yeah, Turkish red. And it's very pretty. Very pretty color of red. But the variegation is very subtle in this. So it would look almost the same just using like 321 or a DMC red. And this is 28 count mushroom Lugana. I have a bunch of it because I think I bought a yard of it sometime last year. And my last whip is my Meow Block Party that hopefully will get done someday. The top has been done for a while.
Wow.
The top was fun. Well, the sides are fun too, but this is really long, and so it takes a while.
Wow.
So for weeks, I just had these 2 little mice done and the pink along the bottom. And then in this last week, I did this. I really want to finish one of these block parties. I just have other things in my way. So maybe right after the first of the year, this will get done. And then this has all of the block parties. You can buy these cute little buttons to go with them. So I'm keeping them in with the pattern. Otherwise, whenever it gets done, I won't know where they are.
Good idea.
That's the way my craft room works. So That's all I've worked on in the last couple of weeks since my last video. What about you for whips, Tina?
Okay. First I have a question about winter fun. Because I want to pull the snowman out, the one that has the bird on his hand, and turn him into an ornament. What blue does she say? Yeah, I want to pull that middle snowman out. What blues are those? All DMC? Are those the required colors? Okay.
Yep. Yeah. She has blues and turquoises in here. So like parts, this part is blue, but this part up here is a turquoise, and I think maybe the hat is a kind of a turquoisey. The mug is a little turquoisey. So the scarf is actually blue, and I'm not sure where. Ah, found it. So here's, I have stuff everywhere, thread everywhere. So these are the blues.
Okay.
They're
I'm gonna need to buy those, I bet. Yeah.
pretty colors of blue. And again, she uses at least 3 colors for shading, which makes stuff look really pretty. I love the way she does her shading.
Yeah.
It shows the most on words, like on the Gnome for Christmas, but you can see it a lot in her other stuff too.
Yeah, I've done some patterns of hers, but I haven't gotten to those parts yet. So, in fact, speaking of Shannon Christine, I'm kind of embarrassed to show you this. Okay, so Nicole Spohr has a stitch along on Tuesday nights. I don't know, there's maybe 2 weeks left, and we're doing Shannon Christine's old fashioned hot cocoa bar. And I am way behind. Part of it is because it's on black and I couldn't see. Let me put this behind. So I was having trouble seeing the holes. Sorry.
Is that the Turkish red?
It is.
So yours seems to have more variegation than mine, but it looks really pretty on the black.
It does pop on the black, and it's become my favorite red now. But yeah, so this is, I think, 14 or 6, I think it's 16 count Ada. And so then I purchased this lap frame, and that helps a lot with seeing the holes, but it's a slow one for me. But I do want to finish, but it's a slow one. So, oh, and part of it was, you gave me some great advice. So the pattern has all these like 6 or 8 pages, and I was like, the C is on like 4 different pages, and I'm like, I don't want to do the C. So Tammy said, just print it all out or get it printed and then cut and paste them all together. So it's like a big poster. So that's what I did. And I'm not afraid of the C anymore. So
well, that's good. I'm glad.
I was like, that was good advice. But if there's anything that I've really been working on, it's this Tiny Modernist bell pull. Okay, there we go. And it's really long, and I modified the pattern a little bit because I just have to make things harder. And so I'm working on this. So it's leaves are falling, autumn is calling, pumpkin spice, and everything nice. I love fall most of all.
Wow.
And then there's that little deer that goes at the bottom.
That's all you have left is the little deer?
Yeah, the deer in the tree.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's cool. That fox is adorable.
I know, he is. So I'm not gonna, well, I'm gonna do like a fabric hanger. But I got really scared that I wasn't gonna have enough to finish. I was like, I'm bad at that. It's like, Tina, you need to cut the fabric a bit bigger. So I counted all the squares. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna have enough with like half an inch left over, which will be all I need. But
yep,
I do. I make things harder for myself. I don't know why, but yeah.
well, I have a pattern that it is it's Sugar Cookies by, what's the name of that company?
I think I've seen that one.
I can't remember the name. But they use a fancy font, and I misread the number. So I started in the middle. I had this fabric I absolutely loved. It was a Be Stitch Me fabric from Fabric of the Month. Started in the middle, and as I was moving towards the left, I'm thinking, this isn't working. And so I started with the K, and I had the 2 O's done and was starting on the C, and there wasn't enough fabric. So I went back and looked again, and it was because of the fancy font. The Cricket Collection is who it's by. I misread one of the numbers by 30, so it wasn't long enough.
Oh.
So I started it over, but I couldn't get any more of that fabric, and I really loved the fabric. So now when I started over, I started with the C, and that's all I have done. I haven't touched it for months, but I got kind of disappointed that I was half done.
Yeah.
And there's no way to fix that, because it's like with yours, I was thinking you could leave off one of your things at the bottom, if you needed to.
True.
I can't leave the C off of cookies, because then
Cookies.
yeah, that just doesn't work. So it's very important to be careful and I almost always cut my fabric to size before I start, because I don't like all the extra fabric.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of people who have a huge piece and they don't want to cut it down, because that might happen. But that's the only time it's ever happened to me. I check it several times before I actually start. And for a long time, I would only start in the middle in case I was off a little bit. But now it depends on the pattern. Sometimes I'll start at the top or the upper left or in the middle. It depends on the pattern and where it's most logical to start, and what fabric I'm using. Like the Tisket a Tasket that I started, I'm using, if it's fabric that I have to stitch over 2 and there's a lot of spaces, I'm going to start in the middle and work my way out, because it's harder with all the extra spaces. It's harder to count it shouldn't be harder. It's just twice as many, but they're tiny and it is harder to count those. So that one I started in the middle. I need to get it out because I want to work on it, but I have to finish the gnome first. At least this is like what I stitched for her last year was, again, Shannon Christine, and it was called Tea Party. And I didn't like the picture. This is adorable. So he's going to be fun to stitch. And it's smaller than the one I did last year too. So,
but wait, isn't your sister gonna watch the video and she'll know?
probably not. Like,
oh, okay.
She might mention, so she doesn't listen to the videos. She watches them she works at a dental office, and sometimes she has spare time in between patients and she can't have sound on. So she just sees which is weird to me. So with the flamingo, she's like, I saw a flamingo in one of your videos. And I said, I don't even think you watched my videos. Well, I watch, I don't listen. And sometimes I watch, not always. So she's the one that got me hooked on gnomes too. So hopefully she'll just think, although it's pink. Well, it looks red though. Does it look red or pink?
It does. It looks red.
So she might not think it's for her. I don't know.
True. She might think it's for our friend Christina, who also likes gnomes. Shout out to Christina.
Right. And Christina and my sister have a lot in common. So when I was at Tracy's house last week, I was telling her about Christina and the gnomes, and so she went and checked out Christina's blog.
Nice.
And then Christina asked me for her blog, so they'll find out they have a lot in common. So
yeah,
what'll happen from there.
Yeah.
Do you have any more whips?
One more that I can show you, because I showed it, I think, on the last time you had me on. Okay, on this one's so pretty. This one is Owl Stitching House, and I'm only doing the houses. And you know how you work on something and then you kind of forget about it because it might be at the bottom of your pile. So I was like really working on this guy for a while, and lately I haven't been. There are a lot of color changes, but it's not bad. I really like the colors and it's fun to work on. So it's like, when you have me on and I'm going through my stuff and I'm like, oh, I got to work on this again. And but I've been really working on that fall one. So I'll have time to get the
Yeah,
winter ones going.
it's
But
it's always good to take time sometimes just to finish one, especially when you get close and you
yeah,
just want to finish it. I don't really have the one picture that I have that is close is like my least favorite one. So it's gonna stay. I decided a while back that if I don't feel like it, I'm not stitching it. So it'll stay in the pile until I feel like finishing it. And
wait, the is it the owls? Because you're
no, I
kind
love the owls.
of okay. Okay, good.
Yeah,
I
and
do
but
too.
it's funny, the owls, the on the pink fabric, I stitched all of the owls, so all I have left is the tree. But I do want to finish that, so that one will come out. And then I have the one that's called Heart of Winter. It's a white heart with a winter scene in it. And when I started it, I couldn't put it down and got it like almost half done. But then something else shiny caught my eye, and I did put it down, and I want to go back to it too. But so well, I want to go back to lots of them. There's 60 now. I don't know how many there are now. Over 60 works in progress. I started the month with 67, but I finished some and started
Yeah,
some, so I'm not sure where I am right now. But so I'm going to work on what I feel like.
yeah,
So what I want to, and what since I used to do really time intensive projects. And when I went back to cross stitch a couple of years ago, I started all these Stony Creek ones that I love. Like I have the one that's stable mates, it's the horse and the cat. And I've worked on it a long time and I'm not quite halfway done because it's just labor intensive. And then just in the last several months, I started doing a bunch of smaller ones. And it's so rewarding to how quick you can finish something. This one I worked on for only a few days. Well, all of these, the finishes I only worked on for a few days. So it's nice to throw those in among the bigger ones that take so much longer.
I don't even know where I did with my bird, but yeah, he took like 2 or 3 days, and it's like, yay, it's just you need that gratification sometimes and that break from working on bigger things. So yeah, I
Yep,
get you.
yep. So, oh, we have a giveaway. Tina has a giveaway.
Okay, so we got another project bag. Christmas
Tina
style.
made
Okay.
this project bag. Isn't that fabric adorable? I love that.
It's so cute. I couldn't resist. And there's a little penguin. Boy, I am having trouble turning things to the camera. Okay.
Is that a
So
button or a bead?
he's a little fabric button that I get addicted to making. So I just took my circle template and cut his little face out and then made him into a button.
Very
And then
cool.
this is Stampin' Up! Ribbon that I also love. So perfect for any Christmas projects you're working on. And it will be donated however Tammy likes. She will give the rules.
Do you
And,
know
and I'll ship it to the winner.
do you know what size it is? How big it is?
It's big enough for a piece of paper to fit.
Oh, that's good.
Um, yeah, so big enough for your
The
pattern
pattern will fit in
and
there good.
all of your stuff.
And it looks like
Sorry.
big enough that if you had a Q snap, that also would fit in there, depending on
Yes.
the size.
Yes, and Elizabeth Ann can stitch. It's her tutorial. I love her tutorial and project bags. I love her tutorials. And so I followed it and did the binding that way, the way she recommended, and bingo. So yeah, the Q snap fits in it too. All your floss, everything you need for a project. So yeah.
Great. So let's use the keyword penguin just because there's cute little penguins on there. So leave a comment down below and use the word penguin somewhere in your comment. Please like the video. You need to be at least 18 years old because we have to ask for your address. I will put my email address below, so send me Wait. Back up. Okay, you need to do all that in this video. You're going to like the video, use the keyword penguin. On my next video, I'll do the giveaway, and that's where my email address will be. We haven't given it away yet, so we're
Good
just
point.
promoting the giveaway, and then I'll get the information to Tina, and she will mail it. As far as my next video, I'm thinking I did a whip parade that took 3 videos to get through them all. I think I'm going to start a kit parade, and I don't know how long that will take. I have a lot of kits I've purchased and projects that I've kitted up, so I thought I would go through those. So my next video should be next week on the weekend, and we'll do the giveaway then.
Cool.
So I think that's it for today. Thank you so much, Tina, for joining me, and I hope everybody will go check out her new channel and the fun videos over there. And yeah, that's it. So
All right.
thanks so
Tammy.
much, and have a great day.
Bye.